Hello, stay tuned with daily news from Marjaeyat TV. Daily meetings of Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi. The prominent Shia Islamic jurist Grand Ayatollah Shirazi hosts large numbers of religious scholars, seminary teachers and students, religious experts, political figures, civil rights activists, academics, and public groups of people on a daily basis at his central office in the holy city of Qom. In these meetings, the visitors give reports on their activities and listen to the guidelines and advices of the Grand Jurist. The central office of His Holiness hosts public visitors every day until noon prayer. ISWF demands reconstruction of Baghdad as part of reforms in Saudi Arabia. Imam Shirazi World Foundation invited all Shia Muslims in Saudi Arabia and Iraq to join the appeal for the reconstruction of Baghdad Cemetery in Holy Medina after the statements by the Saudi Crown Prince bin Salman about the existence of Shia communities in Saudi Arabia at the UN. In the light of these statements, Imam Shirazi World Foundation is closely watching the improving ties between Baghdad and Riyadh, and it hopes that these ties will have constructive outcomes for all nations and bring stability to the entire region. This statement added, "We follow up the reforms taking place in Saudi Arabia, especially changes in its school textbooks, which had no outcome except for sectarianism, extremism, takfir, and intolerance. The suppressions against the people of Eastern Province in Saudi Arabia are one product of these books." Other parts of this statement read, "Giving religious and public freedoms to the public, the liberation of prisoners of conscience who are sentenced to death and long-term prisons, and showing respect to beliefs of other communities would convince the international community of the Saudi Arabia's sincerity about the reforms in this country." This statement further pointed to the other changes in Saudi Arabia's policies and invited this country to reconstruct the cemetery of Baghdad in Holy Medina using the helps of Shia Muslims in Saudi Arabia and Iraq. The cemetery of Baghdad is a historic and holy place, which was leveled to the ground by the extremists in Saudi Arabia in 1926. This statement also adds, "Of course, many efforts were made by some benefactors and important and religious figures to rebuild this cemetery, but each time and for various reasons, including the influence of some political parties, the work of rebuilding this holy place was postponed and in the end cancelled." This foundation, which is dependent to the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, ended this statement with these lines: "The reconstruction of Baghdad Cemetery can have a fundamental effect on ceasing tensions and sectarian violence, and also it would internalize peaceful coexistence in the region." Rasul Akram Institute and Marjaeyat TV continue to host visitors. Rasul Akram Culture and Religious Institute and Marjaeyat TV continue to host visitors at Baghdad International Book Fair in Iraq. The sections dedicated to these two centers put their products on display for the enthusiasts from across Iraq and other Arab and Muslim countries. Each day, various religious, cultural, and social figures visit these two centers. Mr. Karim Hemadi, the head of Al-Iraqiyat TV, some Iraqi military officials, as well as several cultural figures visited the section of Rasul Akram Institute and Marjaeyat TV. AhlulBayt University holds seminar on Iraq's university ranking system. Dr. Sahib Al-Tarakchi, the president of AhlulBayt University, one of the scientific centers affiliated to the Grand Jurist office in Holy Karbala, participated in a seminar to study collaboration between universities and private colleges and international academics. This seminar was held at Babylon University in Baghdad, and several academic figures participated in it. Activities by Al-Tayyar Shirazi office in Baghdad, Iraq. Mr. Haidar al-Assadi, the former spokesperson for Baghdad Judiciary Department, visited the Al-Tayyar Shirazi office in this city and talked to its director. During this meeting, different topics such as Islamic psychology, based on Holy Quran and the traditions of the Holy AhlulBayt were discussed. Further, both sides made agreements on future cooperation. Mr. Haidar al-Assadi, the former spokesperson for Baghdad Judiciary Department, is a media and human rights activist. At the end of these meetings, some books of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi were given to Mr. Saadi. Also, some members and the director of Al-Tayyar Shirazi office visited the sections of Rasul Akram Institute and Marjaeyat TV at Baghdad International Book Fair. Shuhada Institute distributes gifts among needy families in Basra. Shuhada Institute, in cooperation with Imam Sada community, distributed charitable gifts among orphan families in Basra, coinciding with the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him. These gifts, which included essential items and cash handouts, were distributed among 125 orphans during a ceremony. This ceremony was attended by Sheikh Nazar Hassan, the director of the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi's office in Basra. Rasul Azam Institute distributes charitable gifts among needy. Following the orders of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, the Rasul Azam Charitable Foundation distributed its gifts among the needy and orphan family, as well as the families of Iraqi martyrs in Holy Qadamiyya, Iraq. This charity work was conducted on a few days before the martyrdom anniversary of Imam Musa Kazem, peace be upon him.